Your first video is not going to get views, period. It's not. Your first 10 are not going to get views.
You know, I had decided I was going to quit YouTube about 2 years ago. I just wasn't sure how.
Number one reason kids lose on YouTube is they care too much about how many people are subscribed to them. Just be patient, make good content. Nobody was following me for a long, long time. Longer than you were alive right now. Got it? Got it.
That's great, awesome.
I have 6 million subscribers. I have the most viewed video on the topic of education and climate change. Now I say this not to flex, but to tell you that it wasn't.
All right, item number 1 is that no one cares about your videos. This is 2 categories of people who do not care. Number 1, your friends and family do not care. And number 2, the audience also does not care. Firstly, on the friends and family front, I was so worried when I started YouTube 6 years ago that people were gonna say bad things about it. I was afraid people were gonna judge me. And then I started making videos and I realized no one cares.
You know, I had decided I was going to quit YouTube about 2 years ago. I just wasn't sure how to go about it, but in my mind, I was so set on it. Then I started looking back on why I started YouTube, or when I started. You know, I was in Sweden, I was living in all alone. I was technically on a good track, you know, I was in university, I had my career path laid in front of me. I knew, even though I wasn't feeling good, I knew I would be fine. But I remember how stuck I felt at that time, just doing something I didn't want to do whatsoever. So I was just doing YouTube, hoping, praying, because it wasn't even a job back then, really, for gaming channels at least, that maybe it would work out. And just remembering how stuck I felt back then to now, where I just feel so free, I just wanted to really say thank you for that, for making that possible. There's been a lot of changes on the channel lately, so I figured it made sense to do kind of an update video on looking on the past and where the channel is now and where it's going in the future. As you know, which I've kind of shoved in your face, me and Martin moved to Japan, and I feel like, you know, on the topic of quitting, now would really be the perfect time. You know, my channel kind of peaked. We tried so many different things, done so many different things, and I just, yeah. It'd be the perfect, you know, we moved to Japan, and so they lived happily ever after. It's funny because I even see comments kind of like begging me to quit, like, bro, just quit already. What else do you want? And I get it, it makes sense, right? But the awkward part is, I'm still here. Post credit. Hey guys, I'm not quitting. But yeah, 2 years ago when I decided I was gonna quit, it was because I had gone through so much drama at the time, and you know, it hasn't always been perfect, but I do feel like I've gone through a lot of scrutiny as well, and the negative was just outweighing the good at that point. But it didn't feel right to quit just because other people, especially when so many people are still being so supportive, you know? And yeah, I look back on my 10 years on YouTube, and it's been a wild fucking ride, and I would do it all again in a heartbeat. I'm so grateful for all the memories and experience that I had so far, but the thing is, I don't want to do it again. Because I'm a different person now because of it. I look back on everything that we've done and I'm super proud of it, and it's amazing, but you know, I'm ready for new experiences and different things. I think I realized at that time that, you know, keep trying to push the channel to grow more and more and more all the time wasn't doing anything for me personally. I wasn't getting anything out of the money or the recognition or the fame. At least that part had kind of peaked, you know? What am I gonna do with more? I don't know. Felt like I was growing the channel just because it's expected of you to do so. You have to keep pushing your YouTube channel, keep growing, keep seeing those numbers go up, you know? Because that's what's expected of you, but just realize, like, why? Why? I think I realized that if I had 100 less of subscribers or whatever, or thousands less, I would still feel just as accomplished and just as proud of myself. So what's the point of always trying to push it, you know? But I would always just keep trying to grow the channel as best as I can, you know? The views are there and everyone wants them to go up, and I would stress out over every single upload. I got into really bad habits. I got out of them anyway, but you know, I just realized I was so addicted to YouTube at that point. And it was all I really cared about. It really took up all my focus and energy for such a long time, really. And that's what made me successful, but I didn't necessarily feel more successful because of it, I guess is my point. I know this sounds kind of like I'm complaining. I'm just reflecting, really. So 2 years ago, I said I was gonna retire, and that confused a lot of people because I still uploaded videos. But the thing is, What I meant was I just want to do YouTube the way I did it when I started.